Welcome. Hey, sleep apnea is what we're talking about today. My VA disability claim. I am the helpful veteran. We're talking about sleep apnea today. Sleep apnea, also known as why you snoring. You hear it, right? Stuff, sleep apnea. One of the most claimed or commonly claimed conditions in the VA system, which also makes it one of the most denied, right? We've all heard stories of the guy with the oxygen mask, the 50% rating, but we also know people who have the CPAP machine but don't have the rating, right? May have gotten denied for sleep apnea. So what's the difference? Why is one approved? Why is one denied? Because the VA is kind of picky with how you tell the story of your sleep apnea claim, right? So in this video, we're going to give you the playbook of how to put that claim together, how to start that evidence collection process to help you win your sleep apnea claim. First thing first, do the intent to file. If you're filing for sleep apnea, come on, do the intent to file, stop playing around. But simple information, helpful information. That's what we do. We'll talk about what sleep apnea is. We'll talk about the common reasons that you can connect it to military service, right? And then we'll also talk about a few reasons that it commonly gets denied, and we'll show you how to overcome each of those reasons, right? Hey, simple, helpful information is kind of what we do at this point. Let's get to it. All right, let's talk about sleep apnea. What is it? What is sleep apnea? It sounds like ridiculous snoring, right? Wild. Pretty sure my parents have had it for a while now. I might have. You never know. I don't know. Nah, they would have told me right now. Pretty sure. But sleep apnea, it's not just snoring. It sounds like snoring, but that's not all it is, though. It's your brain suffocating while you sleep, right? That's what it really is. It's serious. The brain is suffocating, and then it's gasping for air, right? That's why you jolt awake and try to gasp for air and go back to sleep. A lot of people deal with that stuff during their sleep and then wake up and don't remember that they were doing all that stuff, but they're waking up feeling tired, right? Very serious condition. And keep in mind, military veterans are more likely to have sleep apnea than non-military veterans. Right, you want to keep that in mind as well. This should be common knowledge at this point, but we're going to continue to highlight this fact just in case it's not. Various studies, articles that are proven time and time again, for whatever reason, there is a higher correlation for military veterans and sleep apnea than there is for non-military veterans. All right, so just keep that in mind. Here's a few signs that you may need to get tested for sleep apnea. If you're having these symptoms, it may be a condition that you're actually dealing with and don't know. Morning headaches. If you got morning headaches, that could be a sign sleep apnea, right? Daytime fatigue. All that activity during your sleep, waking up, feeling fatigued. You slept 8 hours, but you wake up feeling like you were up all night long, right? Waking up choking. Another symptom that, hey, you might want to get tested for sleep apnea. And then that spouse test as well. Does your partner saying, hey, you sound like a chainsaw in here, start yin. A sign that you may want to get tested for sleep apnea, right? Again, a very serious condition, so we want to take it seriously. If you have these, get with your VA doctor and get that sleep study done. So we'll talk about the playbook to how to file this thing properly, right? One of the secrets to sleep apnea is if you don't have a sleep study, it's probably going to get denied, right? Again, you can have all the symptoms, all the evidence. If you don't have a sleep study, it will likely get denied, all right? Because the VA doesn't care necessarily about the snoring and the bad sleep. They care more so about something they can quantify, the apnea-hypopnea index, all right? And that's what they find on the sleep study, apnea-hypopnea index, something that they can quantify in terms of this sleep apnea. So you want to make sure you get that sleep study. That's number one in terms of, hey, the secret to this whole claim is the sleep study. That's a big piece to it, so keep that in mind. Sleep study also provides that current medical diagnosis as well, right? The evidence of a disability. I have a chronic disability that was caused by military service. That medical diagnosis is evidence that you have a disability. And now we'll talk about how sleep apnea is connected to military service. Because with sleep apnea specifically, trying for a direct service connection can be difficult unless you were diagnosed with sleep apnea while you were in the service. If you were diagnosed while you were in the service, then yes, you can file that direct, you're good to go. For most folks, it normally, from what I've seen, normally comes secondary, right? So here's a list of conditions that could be secondary to sleep, that could lead to sleep apnea. You see it up there, PTSD, mental health. That was a big one back in 2018, I want to say, is where we started hearing about a lot of research behind this connection between PTSD and sleep apnea. Another one, sinusitis and rhinitis, right? Both respiratory conditions, so that makes a little more sense medically. Same bodily system, right? Respiratory stuff. And then number 3, you see, obesity as well. You may wonder, what's obesity? That's not a condition. Obesity can be caused by service-connected conditions, right? Let's say you got a knee injury. Can't work out like you used to. Eventually, start gaining weight. Obesity sets in, right? That obesity leads to sleep apnea. Can you file a claim for that? Yes, because the obesity was caused by the knee condition. Or let's say you get anxiety, depression. I don't want to go out, it just doesn't feel comfortable. I stop working out, I start gaining weight, I get sleep apnea. Can you file a claim for that? Yes, because it was caused by the service-connected condition, right? Triggered by that service-connected condition. So you want to keep that in mind in terms of making that connection to that sleep apnea. And then if you get service-connected for sleep apnea, also keep in mind, sleep apnea can cause conditions as well. We commonly saw hypertension as a result of sleep apnea, heart disease in some cases, right? So you want to definitely keep that in mind. All right, so the 3 reasons that sleep apnea is commonly denied. Boom, there you go. Number 1, no nexus. Number 2, no continuity of symptoms. Then number 3, missing evidence. For that no nexus, right, they put that in the decision letter. We find no nexus between this. You can use a nexus letter to overcome that, right? The nexus letter, you can just Google a nexus letter clinic, identify one, get with them, right? Let them look at your stuff, and they can help you out in terms of that nexus denial. Number 2, no continuity of symptoms, right? 2010 is when you got out. You filed that claim 2014. 2010 to 2014, 14 years of no medical evidence. So they deny you, say, hey, we see no continuity of symptoms. In that situation, lay evidence, right? Lay statements from people who are around you during that 14-year period who can confirm the fact that you experienced those symptoms, right? So that no continuity of symptoms, lay evidence can overcome that. Lay statements specifically. The third one, missing evidence, right? You submitted the claim, submitted the documentation, but you didn't submit the sleep study. Don't get denied making that rookie mistake, right? Make sure you got all your evidence. Make sure you have everything you need when you send that thing up. And you know what? Just to make sure that you can do that, we got a little parting gift for you. Come on now, you know, tips and tools, dog. That's what we do. That's what we do. Tips and tools is what we do, huh? Combat ready checklist that you can keep. Hey, if you're filing for sleep apnea, just look over the thing. Hey, do I got this? Check. Do I have this? Check. Do I have this? Check. Do I have? Come on now. Free game, free game. Hey, free game, free game. Hey, you take this to your state rep, they're gonna be like, this is incredible. You're like, yo, does this help me to have this checklist? Your state rep's gonna be like, yes, this joint. But that's what it's about though, right? As a veteran, man, we're naturally resourceful, right? When I was in the Marine Corps, bro, we had land navigation. They give you a map, you're in the woods, they give you a compass, get to this spot, get to this spot, get to this spot. Good luck. Oh, we got to every spot. We're not tripping. Like, we know, come on now. Very resourceful people. Very resourceful people, right? So for me, when I come in this space, I understand I just got to clearly lay out the destinations. Like this checklist, it's like the land navigation. This is the destination, get to this spot, get to this spot, get to this spot. And you can just look at it and check it off. Boop, got this one. Boop, got this one. Boop. If I were to give you one document and say, yo, figure out how to go get this document, As a veteran, I would assume 9 times out of 10, you can figure that out. Again, we were dropped in the woods. Here's your map. Here's your compass. We'll see you at the destination. And we figured it out. I think that speaks to just resourcefulness. So with a lot of these, even when I was filing claims, giving people checklists, it's kind of the same concept. Giving folks clear destinations and then allowing their resourcefulness to take over to get the job done. We don't get too passionate about it, but here we go. The checklist includes official sleep study results, just a reminder to make sure you have those. Current diagnosis, reminder. Nexus letter, if you need it, right? Personal statements, just a reminder. We want to send a statement up with every claim. We will always suggest a statement up with every single claim. Lay statements, just a reminder. If you have those gaps in medical treatment, let's say you didn't go to the doctor for 10 years or so, a reminder, hey, get some late evidence to kind of fill in those gaps. And then proof of the CPAP, proof that you have a CPAP, right? They may ask for a receipt or something like that. Hey, whatever they ask for, we want to be ready. Whatever they're looking for, we want to be ready. When you know what to expect when you're walking through that door, now you can have a little more fun when you get in there. Hey, and as always, come on now, learn the information. Talk to me. Use the information. And if you deem it to be valuable, don't be selfish. We give this information out because, again, millions of people can use this. Millions of people can benefit from this information, whether they're helping themselves or somebody they love. Simple, helpful. Enjoy the rest of your day, baby. Share the information. Come on now, talk to me.